Hello, everybody. We are back. In this podcast, we are wanting to talk about life at the abyss. And the reason we like to do it is because it is so damn scary. And at the same time, or let me say it different. All the time I was staring at the abyss and trying not to fall in that abyss, being extremely scared of everything what happened. And every time I fall in that abyss, I was thinking, oh, is this all? And the reason we are talking about it is there are many people who staring at the abyss, many people trying to look at the future, trying to survive everything what happening with them, and they only see is that big mouth of the abyss that wants to feed on you. And that is a very very scary place to live. And because we want to talk about, because that's absolutely not necessary. Letting you fall in the abyss is something what is a very healing part, but it's not always a nice part. But we have to learn also that life is not nice and nice. That we always try to be happy. We always wish each other happiness and joyful and sick, not sickness, health. We wish the other and ourselves always at the part of life that is beautiful. And therefore we are always focused on being happy, being joyful, being that life is good. But that other part that belongs as much to life as that part. So many people who only wish for them the good things, the not nice things, the things we have to learn from, the things we have that are not nice but guiding us to the direction we should go to, those things we call bad, those things we call negative. We have a negative word for it, but we should call it as positive as those other parts. And a part of that is what we mean to take the gentle process. To take the gentle, it can be very hard thing what happened, but when you take it with a gentle process, then you take it in another energy level, so then it will heal way better. Then it bring you way more what it should bring you, what it is. And we called it the life at the abyss, is that people, when I look at an abyss, I see, of course, that big hole with his mouth, a dark hole also, where you cannot see what is in it. You only see that big mouth, what wants to eat you, what is very scary. And many people really lives on the corner from land and the abyss, or the normal level and the abyss. Many people live on that corner. When I visualize, I see also people who, I don't know how you say that in English, when you have a line on it with a tension on it and you walk over that line. And you walk tightrope? and you walk over that line, over the abyss, and you try to balance, you try not to fall in. You spend so much energy on holding you on the place where you are. And we want you to show you a different way, an easier way, and also a healthier way. Robin?
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what we mean by the abyss. The abyss itself, why is it so scary? Because it requires complete relinquishing control. The reason the abyss looks so scary and it feels like it's going to eat you is because it is. It eats all of the things that you have packed around you that means I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, and I'm this. All of those labels belong to the ego, and the abyss eats all of that you have outgrown, because when you reach the abyss, you've reached a point in your journey where it's more than closing a chapter, it's more like the ending of a book. And you have to let it completely end, and then it's gone. And you know that feeling when you finish a book, it's just there's nothing left. It's just complete open possibilities. Like, are you going to read that book again? Are you going to choose another book? Are you not even going to read a book? You know, and you spend time rehashing what that story was, but then you bring forward only the part that still serves you. Like, you don't remember everything in the book. You remember the parts that served you in the moment that you're at. And so in your journey, that's where you are at when you reach the abyss. You're closing the book, not just a chapter. And so it feels really, really scary because you have absolutely nothing to hold on to. You have to let go of all the old identities, all of the little parts of that identity, because those things that you've outgrown, if you're holding on to them, then you're going to step into your next book as small you, making yourself small, and you're going to greet your next book from small you, and then you have to write that book from that perspective. So, stop walking the tightrope, sitting on the edge with your toes just barely touching, and take the leap. Really just walk off the edge, and like Clementine says, you'll discover it's like, oh, that's all it is. And it is so, so, so scary when you're walking up to the abyss, because it does feel like it's going to consume you. It literally is consuming what you thought was you. It's your prior identity. And this, we've been saying with our past, like especially with the solstice, you're getting a brand new body. It takes time for the physical to catch up with that. When you step into the abyss, you're giving your whole being permission to become more whole, to resonate at the vibration that speaks more to your original core being. And how I see it when I emerge from the abyss, I am a completely different person. Inside works completely different than it did when I went into the abyss. If I'm brave enough to peel off the layers, that's what I call the security blanket, right? Peel off those layers that have kept me comfortable, that have served me well with my defense mechanisms and what have you, with um, denying my creativity. As you step out of the abyss, will you have this profound freedom of who and how you're going to write yourself from this point forward, there's also a profound responsibility to write yourself, or let's say rewrite yourself, right? And so it is very, very freeing. And I think we're kind of a little afraid of that too, because we're not really given in society, we are not given true freedom to just jump out there and express and be in touch with all of that. So I think for a lot of us, that's a little scary, because most of us, when we just put ourselves out there, we've been abandoned, rejected, judged. And so, that's why we have our defense mechanisms in place. And those are the things that we are being asked to relinquish when we step into the abyss. And if you're not quite ready to do that, you reach the harsh, right? It strips it from you when divine timing steps in. It will be stripped from you if you do not need it anymore. So if you willingly go over the edge into the abyss, knowing all of this is going to happen, and be grateful, be thankful, because when you emerge, all of that's going to be gone that you don't need, and that's the stuff that's holding you down, holding you back, et cetera, et cetera. Those things holding on, that's what throws all the obstacles and blockages in your way as you travel on your journey. So if you just willingly trust, that's the big word. You got to go into the abyss with absolute trust, because there is no way for you to control what happens or what emerges from the abyss. You give yourself over. The abyss for me, how I perceive the abyss, is between here, this physical here, this where my conscious me is focused in this 3D, 5D world, and the cosmos, the cosmic mother, cosmic father. The void lies between those two things for me. And so it's a connection. And so I've learned, rather than fear the abyss, and I step into the abyss knowing cosmic mother and cosmic father are waiting to hold me. Those arms are wide open. That's what creates the abyss. And so for me now, I perceive it as a big hug from the cosmos. And the cosmos understands exactly where I am on my journey, exactly where I'm going on my journey. And the cosmos is the ones holding my purpose, right? And exactly what I need to manifest to make all of that happen.
I
That was
experience the abyss a little bit different, but that's also the beauty of Robin and me, because we are so different. We experience everything also different. For me, the abyss is always a round, big hole, and with quite a big hole in Mother Earth, and it asks a lot of courage to do that, to do it willingly. And the best is to do it willingly. You can wait till you lose your balance so you can fall in it. But when you do make consciously the choice of stepping in the abyss and trusting that it will become okay, but also for me, it was always very important to be able to let go of everything. That when I wouldn't survive this, it was also okay. That is, for me, important to step in the abyss with this kind of consciousness that whatever it is that happened, it is okay. It is meant to be. And does that mean death? Then it's also okay. Does that mean something else? Then that's also perfect. So when I make that conscious choice and let me fall, I really have the feeling that I am falling, that I have no ground under my feet, that there is nothing to hold on, that I make a free fall. And I finally land in the bottom of the abyss. And I cannot recall every time I stepped in the abyss, but the last few times I always had the feeling, oh, is this all? I made such a big thing of it, and this is all. And what I always liked immediately also is the feeling of the earth beneath my feet. I have ground to step on. And what I always experience as very powerful is that when I was standing there at the edge and trying to hold my balance, I don't know how many directions I could go to, I could choose from. When I am at the bottom of the abyss, there is only one direction, and that's up. But there are more than one ways. There are more than one path. And therefore you have to sit in that abyss. Feel the ground underneath your ass. I don't know the right word. Bottom. And, and let that earth energy come in and let it speak to you. And you look around in all the abyss, which path up is yours? Which path up is meant for you, speaks to you what you have to do in this world. Not from the head. The head stays up there. It is your intuition, your soul, who is speaking, your heart, of course, also. What is my path? When you have found it, you walk and you don't look back. You just walk on the path till you are up. You don't look back. You don't think good or right or, oh, should I do this? No, you just walk. You go on and you walk. And that walk can sometimes take weeks. So don't think, oh, I do a meditation of 10 minutes and then I'm out of it. Absolutely not. This is a transforming path. So, and especially in these times where we were talking about in the Solstice podcast last week, we are stepping in a new body. So that also means new functions. That means new ways we can travel. That needs time to transform, that transmute. And whatever it is that you have to do in this life, and how big or how small it is, when it's a big thing, you need time to transform. And every step is a transforming step, is meant as transformation. So don't take this lightly. Don't take it as easily. It can, what I say, takes weeks. And the last part, last part of the path up, you will find happiness again. You will find joyful. I'm almost there. Oh, I'm almost there. And enjoy it. But keep moving on. It is a steep path. And so keep moving on. Keep setting one step at a time. Feel every step what it has to say to you, what it wants to transform in you, what it wants to learn you. So every step is wisdom for you, especially for you. So take every step out of this abyss. And when you do it like this, it is just something so powerful and so magical. And it gives you, I don't know the exact words that Robin just said, but it is a life-changing thing. And sometimes for some people, they have to go a few times in the abyss, and it matters also in this time there it's so much easier that all those magic is happening. When I speak about 30 years, 25 years ago, then it was just hard work, and because the energies outside of me, and therefore also not the energies inside of me, were not that far, were not that high of a frequency. But when you do it this time, please stop losing your energy on staying on that balance point of, oh no, 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 I'm so scared of falling in the abyss. Just let loose and fall, doink, and you are on the bottom. Robin?
Okay, so I was going to go exactly where you went, Clementine. With this is not a 10-minute meditation and okie doke, we're ready and on our way. It is a bit of a process. In the abyss, you will be in the abyss for a while. It's always intense and it's always dark. Two things that we've been taught to fear. Mm? And so I believe those two factors are the things that actually groom our deep trust, because it's really what we're doing when we step into the abyss is we're developing deeper trust, a deeper relationship between us and the cosmos, us and Pachamama, us, whoever you're developing your relationship with at that point. Not always the same, but so it's intense, it's dark, because it's an absolutely profound transformation. It's not just little changes. It's not like little daily changes, although there will be a lot of daily changes if you pay attention, because like you just said, Clementine, we we're coming out with a new body, with new purpose, with new codes, with just new, where we emerge new. And the thing that going into the abyss that makes it difficult, how intense it's going to be, depends on your resistance. So, like you're saying, if you're walking the tightrope and you're just all your energy is going on maintaining that balance and not falling into the abyss, is complete resistance to what you're there to do, because you're there to fall into the abyss. So if you're resisting it, you are making the process a lot harder than it has to be. So then if you don't, and when you finally eventually you'll fall into the abyss and you'll have your experience, and you in the abyss, you have no control. So there's no point in trying to interpret things or set a purpose, or I'm manifesting this while I'm, that is not how the abyss works. It's not what it's for. That is you're it's not going to happen, first of all. So it's a waste of energy. Um you allow all of the roles that you've identified with, your identities that you've identified, you just allow them all to fall off. And as we're saying, this is days and weeks, this what we're talking about. Okay, so how do you do that? Well, in your day, just notice. Don't judge, don't interpret, but notice things are changing. Like for instance, this is fresh. So I'm going to give you this example. Um, I love hot showers, hot, warm showers. I need that comfy, nice, get me into my day gently kind of a thing. I am not a morning person. So I love my comfy little snuggly little warm showers and singing to the water. And yes, that's the way I start my day. Not this morning. This morning I got up way earlier than I usually do. And it was a cold shower. Like I washed my hair and everything, my nice warm snuggly, and it wasn't comfortable. And it took me a minute and a half to figure out what's not comfortable here. Cause that's my thing. Without thinking, I turned on the shower, right? Normal, warm, hot setting that I usually do. And when I got in, I wasn't noticing anything. I just got in to take my shower, just, Pavlov's dog mode, get in and do it, right? And right. So then all of a sudden it took me a minute. It's like, why am I so uncomfortable? I usually feel so good by now. But so it registered and I was like, oh, it's too hot. So I turned it down. So it was cold. Like, really? I was like, I don't like those showers, but today it felt really good. And it's not warm here. It's like a cool morning too. So that's something new. And do I know what it means? I do not. I don't have any idea. I don't care what it means, but I noticed. And that's important to me. Like I could have gone all the way through that shower and just been in my normal 200 million thoughts running through my mind, getting ready for the day, and not even noticed that that was not comfortable for me today. So that's in the abyss. That's how you surf the abyss. You just notice because it's just things that you're letting go. I don't know why I wanted that hot shower and it felt so good, or why it's not feeling good right now. When I get to the other side of the abyss and I look back, I will know. But right now, I don't have to know. I'm just trusting that that is a thing to let go because there was discomfort associated with it. That discomfort is showing me what I've outgrown that I need to release. And if I'm walking the tight wire, I'm just going to be trying to hold on to all of that stuff that has served me. That's what the tight wire is. And it's so narrow because it's trying to make you let go. And so going through the abyss day after day, start noticing what wants to change in your daily living and just let that happen. You're going to eat different foods. People are going to start to annoy you that you have spent so much time with. All of a sudden you're done. You might want a new job. You know, everything around you will start to change. And again, we've been taught to fear change. So all of the things that the abyss accomplishes and helps us with are all the things that we've been taught to fear. So that is part of the reason that it seems so intense. But if you trust us and push yourself a little bit past that intense, then for me, by the way, Clementine, I don't ever touch the bottom. I float. I, shocking, isn't it?
Very
I
shocking.
knew that would shock you.
And also that for you the abyss is an in-between space. Also very shocking.
So, my friends, what we're demonstrating here is the abyss for everybody is their own thing. I mean, the abyss means the abyss. It is the abyss. It'll show up in your life in a manner that works for you. It's special to you. So therein lies another level of trust, is just knowing that you're not stepping into the same abyss everybody else is. It's custom made for you, for your needs, for where you're at on your journey and where you are stepping next. It's not there to make the next step, that first step when you come back out, it's not there to make it a harsh one. It's not a jolting experience. Going into the abyss is not jolting, and coming out is not jolting. And sometimes it's a little harsh and intense. That's our resistance to let go of what we've outgrown because we still think we need it. That's really the harshest part of it for me, has always been if I'm trying to hold on to something. And it will let you hold on to it, but that next chapter is hard to write. Yeah. So, um, and the other thing for me is, so when I get to the abyss, the part that makes it so intense and scary for me personally is that normally all my clairs are working all the time, and I'm used to living my life with that in place. But when it's time to go into the abyss, when it's time to end a chapter or a book that I'm on, then all of that disappears. I don't hear, I don't see, and I don't know things with a clarity that I'm used to. And I have to relinquish that control. That ability to know what's coming next is the hardest part for me, is because that is such a normal part of me. And so that is extremely scary at first. At this point, though, as soon as that starts to happen, when I start to lose clarity, then I know I'm coming to the point where it's time to step into the abyss. So the part that used to be scary is now a signal for me that that's where I'm at, because that's the part for me where I say no control. You can't control. And in the abyss, you don't have any of your clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient. You don't have any of that with you. You're just existing in all potential. So I wanted to kind of maybe give a little bit of a pertinent, personal, what it might look like to be at the edge of the void.
For me, to make it a gentle process, a part of making a gentle process is changing my vocabulary, my words. And so for me, climbing out on my path of the abyss is a sacred process. Every step is a sacred step. I allow myself not to know. And I make from that, although at the other side of me, things, it's scary as hell. But I'm not going there. I'm going to the other part and give me the freedom of not knowing. Because that makes me open for everything what is coming my way. And I am scared, that's closing off then everything what is coming, or at least a part of it, you will not be conscious of. You will not see it. You will not experience it. For me, this path is my path of life. And that's the only way I want to go in it, and the only way I want to see it. That sacred it is for me. And everything that I encounter on this path, and in the way Robin told, her clairvoyance, her clair seeing, her clair, everything doesn't work. For me, a part of it is still working. It's not that clear, but the things I need to know, I hear, I see, or I feel them, or I know them. And when I walk on that path, and everything what I encounter has something to say, but it's not that I need to know it. It's just thank you, and I take it in my backpack. I take it with me, and so every step is sacred. It is, for me. Is there anything more sacred in life on earth? I don't know. I cannot think of anything right now. That's how important it is, at least for me, in what this stepping out of the abyss it is and what it can bring you. So when you look at your feet also. Where do you put your feet? How do you, when you at least feel the earth under your feet? Robin needs to do that differently. But when you feel the earth under your feet, just every step, feel the earth. Feel your foot landing on the earth. Feel, is it grass? Is it stones? Is it every possibility? Take it with you and let it be the path of your life. It is your life. What is trying to express itself in this way. Just go with it, and when you are at the top, take your backpack from your back, pour it on the ground, and look at everything what is in that backpack. Then it's time to see the whole picture from everything what you took on the path and put it in your backpack. Then you can see the whole picture, and then you can start giving meaning. But sometimes, or most of the times, that's just the start of it. Sometimes it needs a little bit grow in you. Your new you has to grow up a little bit, has to become from a baby, has to become a teenager. I don't know. Just and look again after a week or after 2 weeks again to everything you took in your backpack, and look again, and then you get new answers, you get new insights. And so do that a few times. It's the walk of your life, and treat it that important. Do you
Okay,
want to
I do. So I
say
want to correct
something?
myself a little bit because so my abilities aren't gone. It's just the ability to control it while I'm in the abyss is what's gone. So yes,
Mhm.
like you, I do
Okay,
get
yeah.
it's all about receiving while you're in the abyss. Receive and flow. And don't interpret and da da da. So yes, like you, then I come out with, well, I've never put it in a backpack before. I'm going to try that. I like that part. But and you come,
Y- you have to put it
yeah,
between your
so I
feathers,
can fly,
the angel
so
feathers.
so I can still fly and float, right? However, you'll be proud of me when I come out of the abyss. My feet are planted on the earth, it does happen. Um,
Wow.
and I love the visual of pouring it out and seeing what gifts you were given, and to revisit your backpack. I that's key. I love that. And at the same time, as soon as you come out of the abyss, consciously, consciously make an effort to not go back. Don't expect old you to still be there and work. Like, don't try to put your new gifts into the old you. Like I'm saying with, like, if I come out of the abyss, I am not automatically going to take a hot shower anymore. I'm going to wait and see. Maybe it's a cold shower today. No. But yeah, so the things, your little daily habits, just make sure they're conscious choices, especially when you're fresh out of the abyss. It's so easy just to fall into old patterns that you just released, but they still feel familiar. However, if you're paying attention as you step out of it, they won't feel comfortable anymore. There'd be a little bit discomfort, which we have also been taught to disregard. So pay attention to those little tiny discomforts when you come out, because they're signals and signs. Also, in your outer world, you'll come across symbols and signals that tie or remind you, hey, that's in your backpack. You know, like getting feathers or seeing hearts in nature, two of my favorite things. It'll have a meaning. It might pull you back. And also, it as you integrate what you brought out of the abyss, then you have recalibrated your being to another frequency. And as you do so, more things that were given to you in the abyss, but you didn't realize at the time, will come to you. So as you integrate what you're aware of, it rises you up, and then things around you start to match that higher vibration, and then more things that came to you in the abyss will be revealed. So it's like a layering and an unfolding that'll happen.
Have you ever experienced when you were on a vacation for a few weeks and you have enjoyed yourself very much, and then you all of a sudden you see, oh God, it's only 2 days, and then we have to go back, and I have to go back working again. Everything what you promised yourself at that moment. I'm not going back and do that and do that and do that and do that anymore. Then you are back, and the second day you are working. You are working in the way you always did before. All your promises are gone. Going out of the abyss works a little bit the same. And you can promise yourself a whole new life, and you have to be conscious that you keep that promise to yourself, to be conscious. It is not possible to change everything in one day. When you want another job, when you want another house, when you want other friends, name it, everything takes time to change. The transformation process, but every day out of the abyss, you need to make steps on the sacred path. It's not going up anymore. It is going at the same level as where you are. But every day you have to take steps that the promise that you have made towards yourself, that you are following that promise, and that you work on it, and that you go with it. Well, otherwise, you do something with yourself what makes self-confident, trust, all those things, it goes back down in the abyss again. Because you didn't learn your lesson. You didn't do with your sacred path of your life, You didn't do what you had to do with it. So coming out of the abyss, looking in your, pouring your backpack on and looking at the whole of that what there is, that's the beginning. That's not the end. That is the beginning of the change. There you know in what directions you have to go, what you need to do, and you have to work on it day after day after day. Not 20 hours a day, but it is putting your focus on it. It is putting being conscious on it. It is putting your consciousness, your focus on that you see that what is happening around you. The change, when you do it from this consciousness that you are, from your heart and your soul, when you're walking that path, then all the consciousness that is surrounding you is working with you. So it can be that when you are walking, when you're up the abyss and you are walking your normal life again and still being conscious and look at everything what is coming towards you, what is helping you. And it can be as small as a feather. For me, this is not small, but for some people, this is small. But it can be, do I see something? I show something else what it can be small, but it can be as small as just a stick of oak tree. But this one took very good care of me. This took a nasty wound and healed it. And so don't wait for a castle that arises. And so that would be nice. And for some people, those gifts that are coming to you are extremely big. But normal, it are little gifts that can be put in that backpack also. And you walk on and you walk on, and all of a sudden there is a person standing in front of you and saying, "Oh, I have heard so many good things about you. What do you think about?" And there comes exactly the right thing that where you were waiting for, the kind of job that you always wanted, and there it is. That's the way it goes, but you have to be conscious. You have to be looking. You have to do the work. But it's not hard work as digging a hole from here or digging an abyss for somebody else. It's not that hard of work. It's just being focused. That is my goal. Okay, now I have still work what I don't like that much, but for now it's a way of earning money. But that's there in that direction. I'm working. I'm working every day on to go there. And don't put your eyes from it. Don't let your brain doubt it. Just go for it.
I have one
Robin?
final thing I'd like to add. Um, as you start your path, as you step onto your path with your backpack and you empty your little gifts out, invite your inner child. Invite your inner child to that journey. Ask your inner child which one of those things you want to start with first and integrate that and go into your day each morning. Wake up and ask your inner child where you want to start that day. And that gives you a gentle process where work becomes play.
Do you want to explain for what the inner child for
Inner
you is
child for
again?
me is I go into when I was a little girl, what are the things that I liked? What would as a little girl, how would I approach that backpack? First of all, can I say, can't just pour it on the ground? Am I having issues with that? Don't know why. So apparently I have to put mine on something pretty because it can't just go on the ground. I don't know.
That is our
No,
Mother
it
Earth.
doesn't get prettier. So
Why I asked Robin, explain for you what your inner child is, um, because it is about the that the way you
yeah,
are meant to be, and the little one who was not that
or
traumatized
conditioned.
already, and
Mhm.
or conditioned, and when or many people or some people, when we talk about the inner child, they immediately go to that child that is hurt. That's not the one we mean. We mean the one that is still whole, that is not conditioned and not traumatized yet. I interrupted
No,
you. I'm so
no,
sorry.
that was exactly that's exactly what we were talking about. I was making fun of myself because I needed to have mine on something pretty. It doesn't get prettier. Okay. Um,
By you, by you, everything is
I know, it
floating in
has
the
to be
air.
up.
What comes out of the backpack?
So mine's gonna float. But that's the thing is, okay, if I was accessing inner child as other people are, like you go back to my childhood child, I would not even have received that message because my childhood child was already being called airheaded, head in the ozone, like it was a negative thing. At this point, I recognize that's where I'm supposed to be. I've spent an entire lifetime trying to not be that, and it doesn't work. When my feet are flat on the ground, life doesn't work for me. I have to have my toes. It's on my toes. When I put them on the ground, it's for a little while. I can do it, but to stay there, it's too much. And I just work differently. So to listen to my inner child is to totally accept that all my little gifts and trinkets are going to be floating, right? And prior to that, if I would access my child from childhood that's already been conditioned and traumatized, I would have immediately thought, oh my gosh, I'm insulting Mother Earth. I need to fix myself so I can put my things, they should be on the ground, right? That's what I would have done if I would have accessed my injured child. So, yeah, that's a great point. Great point.
Um, Thank you again for listening till the end. Thank you for the comments when you want to do that. Of course, subscribing is always very nice when you want to do that. We see you next week. Bye-bye.